billionaires don't just take vacations. They literally buy entire countries for a weekend getaway. Elon Musk books rocket ships to orbit Earth like it's an Uber. Jeff Bezos turns the Amazon rainforest into his personal playground. And Mark Zuckerberg rented out the entire Louvre just so his kids could pretend they care about art. But the wildest part? These aren't even their most expensive trips. This is every type of billionaire vacation explained. And trust me, your Cancun spring break looks like a homeless shelter compared to this. Let's start with the classic billionaire move, private island takeovers. But we're not talking about renting some basic beach house. Richard Branson literally bought Necker Island and turned it into his personal Disneyland. Except instead of Mickey Mouse, you've got supermodels serving you drinks while you kitesurf with Barack Obama. The man charges $100,000 per night and still has a waiting list longer than the line for the new iPhone. But Branson's island is amateur hour compared to Larry Ellison, who bought 98% of Hawaii's sixth largest island, Lanai, for $300 million. Dude didn't just buy property, he bought the grocery stores, the hotels, the water company, and basically everything except the actual Hawaiian people, though he's probably working on that too. He spent another $450 million turning it into an eco-friendly tech cult where hotel guests pay $3,000 a night to wear health tracking sensors and eat meals designed by AI. Bro really said, "I want to vacation in Black Mirror." David Copperfield bought 11 islands in the Bahamas for $50 million. Just because making stuff disappear wasn't enough, he needed to make himself disappear too. His main island, Mushakai, offers magical adventures where you can pay $57,000 per night to participate in scripted treasure hunts with full cast members and storylines. Imagine paying more than most people's annual salary to play dress-up with professional actors on a private island. Meanwhile, Steven Spielberg figured the best place to relax after making Jaws was surrounded by actual shark-infested waters. Only a billionaire would think, you know what sounds relaxing? Being completely surrounded by the thing that gave everyone nightmares. Then there's space tourism, where billionaires literally leave the planet because Earth isn't exclusive enough. Jeff Bezos built Blue Origin just so he could flex on everyone by having breakfast in space. The man spent $5.5 billion to prove he's richer than gravity. And it's not just a quick trip either. These guys are planning multi-day space hotels where you can look down at Earth and probably think about which countries to buy next. Richard Branson one-upped everyone by becoming the first billionaire to reach space in his own spacecraft. Imagine being so rich that NASA becomes your competition. Virgin Galactic charges $450,000 per seat, which sounds expensive until you realize these guys spend more than that on their morning coffee routine. But some billionaires want their feet on the ground, just not ground that normal people can access. Enter luxury safari adventures. And I'm not talking about some basic African safari. We're talking about Mark Zuckerberg buying entire national parks in Africa, so his family can have private animal encounters. The man who created Facebook is literally paying to delete other humans from his vacation photos. Bill Gates takes it further by funding his own conservation projects, then vacationing at places where he's literally saving species while sipping champagne. Imagine telling people you spent your vacation casually preventing extinctions. That's some next-level humble bragging right there. Yacht expeditions are where billionaires really lose their minds. Jeff Bezos dropped $500 million on a super yacht so big it needs its own support yacht just to carry the helicopter. This man bought a boat that needs a boat. The main yacht is 417 feet long. That's longer than a football field. He could host the Super Bowl on this thing and still have room for the after party. Larry Page's yacht has an underwater room where you can watch marine life while eating dinner prepared by Michelin-starred chefs. Roman Abramovich's yacht Eclipse has its own submarine, missile detection system, and armor plating, because apparently even vacation needs military-grade security when you're that loaded. But here's the truly insane part about these floating palaces. They're basically countries that can move. Abramovich's yacht Eclipse has 2 helicopter pads, a dance floor, wine cellar, and a missile defense system that's literally better equipped than some actual navies. The thing burns $1 million in fuel per month just sitting in the harbor. Steve Jobs' yacht Venus was designed by Philippe Starck and looks like something from the future. Except the future is apparently made of aluminum and costs $138 million. And get this, these yachts have their own mini-yachts called tenders that normal millionaires would consider their dream boat. We're talking about boats that carry boats that are still more expensive than most people's houses. Sergey Brin's yacht Dragonfly has an air-cushioned vehicle bay that can deploy military-grade landing craft. Bro really said, "I want a vacation like I'm planning a naval invasion." But here's where it gets really insane. Underground and secret destinations. Some billionaires are so paranoid they vacation in places that technically don't exist. There are rumors of a secret billionaire resort built inside a mountain in Switzerland that costs $1 million just to know its location. The waiting list is supposedly 20 years long, and you need recommendations from 3 current members who probably signed NDAs scarier than mob contracts. Zuckerberg built that doomsday bunker compound in Hawaii, but that's just his backup plan. His real secret vacations happen in locations so classified that even Google Earth gets blurred out. We're talking private airports that don't appear on any maps, resorts built inside former military bases, and hotels that require security clearances just to book a room. Adventure vacations for billionaires make Everest look like a casual hike. Paul Allen used to charter expeditions to find lost World War II aircraft at the bottom of the ocean, spending $20 million per trip just to satisfy his curiosity. Larry Ellison doesn't just go sailing. He enters the America's Cup with boats that cost more than small countries' entire defense budgets. Steve Jobs used to take thinking retreats to Antarctica, where he'd spend weeks in total isolation with just a team of chefs, doctors, and probably someone whose only job was to polish his black turtlenecks. The logistics alone cost millions because apparently you can't achieve enlightenment unless it's expensive enough to fund a small war. Then there's cultural immersion. Except when billionaires do it, they literally buy the culture. Jay-Z and Beyoncé didn't just visit the Louvre, they shut it down for 3 days and filmed a music video there. Most people pay $20 to see the Mona Lisa for 5 minutes. These two paid an estimated $2 million to have her as a backup dancer. Roman Abramovich once rented the entire Hermitage Museum in Russia for a private dinner party. Imagine eating caviar while surrounded by priceless art that's worth more than most countries' GDP. The man turned a museum into his personal dining room, because regular restaurants apparently weren't cultured enough. Wellness retreats for billionaires make your yoga class look like physical therapy. There are rumors of a spa in the Himalayas that charges $100,000 per week, where billionaires get treatments using snow from Mount Everest and massages from monks who've taken vows of silence specifically for rich people's privacy. Gwyneth Paltrow's wellness retreats cater to billionaire wives who spend $50,000 for a weekend of meditation, organic smoothies, and probably conversations about how difficult it is to manage multiple household staff. These retreats have waiting lists longer than Harvard Medical School and background checks more thorough than the CIA. But the absolute wildest category is vacation inception. Billionaires who take vacations from their vacations. We're talking about people who fly to their private island on their private jet, then take their private yacht to another private island, then take their private helicopter to a third location, all in the same day. It's like Russian nesting dolls, but each doll costs more than a city's annual budget. The craziest part? These vacations are tax write-offs. Bill Gates calls his African safaris research trips for his foundation. Elon Musk's space adventures are business development for SpaceX. These guys figured out how to make the government pay for their insane vacations while the rest of us can't even deduct a Subway sandwich. And then there's the category that makes everything else look reasonable. Extreme weather vacations. These billionaires don't just avoid bad weather. They pay millions to experience the worst weather on the planet in complete luxury. There's a billionaire who built a heated dome resort in Antarctica where guests can watch emperor penguins while eating fresh sushi flown in daily from Tokyo. Another one chartered an entire cruise ship to chase hurricanes in the Caribbean, because apparently normal storms aren't exciting enough when you're worth $50 billion. Larry Ellison once paid to have his yacht positioned in the exact path of a solar eclipse, turning a natural phenomenon into a private show that cost $30 million for a few minutes of darkness. These people have so much money that they're literally paying to experience things that normal humans run away from. And here's the thing that'll blow your mind. All of these vacation types are just their warm-up acts. Because there's one type of billionaire vacation so exclusive, so expensive, and so absolutely insane that only 5 people in human history have ever done it. The price tag? Well, let's just say it makes everything else in this video look like pocket change, and the destination isn't even on this planet. But that's a story for another video. Hit that subscribe button if you want to know which billionaire literally bought their way into becoming the first tourist to visit a place where even astronauts need permission to go. Trust me, when you find out where they went and how much they paid, you'll understand why money really can buy anything, even the impossible.